All right, all right. Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to another tribe gathering, whatever you want to say, however you want to put it. If you're new here, welcome in. The water's warm, everybody's friendly. I want to start off with quick thank yous before we do a little roll call action. Um, I received a bunch of stuff today in the mail. Um, First off, our guest tonight is Midwest Night Watchers and Chiro Sounds. Um, So this was something that we won in a raffle that they did. So please check out their channel. This shirt is amazing. It fits nice. I had it on all day. No, they don't have a store yet. They don't, but they will soon. And then so thank you guys. And then I'm wearing this. I'm wearing one of them. But Vic from Dogman Encounter Radio sent me three hoodies, and I mean, I don't know. Not expecting anything today, and I got two packages full of stuff. So I was really excited. This is one. I'll just show them to you quick. This is another one he has. He has a bunch of different styles, so check them out. It's all fun and games till Dogman stands up. And his Bigfoot sighting channel. So, Vic, thank you, brother. I'm going to pull up Elena, and then we'll do a little roll call. You ready? Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hey, Mike.
Cheerio.
Cheerio. Bye.
All right. I'm gonna go all the Cryptid Huntress. Hello.
Hello.
Susan May. Lulu. Hello.
Lulu.
I got stuff all over the place. I was on a live stream for a while earlier. I wasn't really prepared for it. Midnight Night Watches. There they are. And then there's Chiro. So, mods, if you can drop a link, please, that'd be great. Or Midwest Night Watches, they're mod too, so they could do it. So happy blowing the pitch intro. Oh, you got one, right? That's cool. Jane, hello. Millie.
Millie.
Nice shirt, thank you. They are very cool. Forest friend. How's it going? Pew, pew, pew. He really is. He really is. Southern Grits, good to see you. Vince, what's up, brother?
Hello.
Hello, Michelle. There's Vic. Hey, brother. Good to see you. Hey. Great episode. I had to jump off a little early, obviously, to get in here, but I can't wait to finish it up. It's always good. Obviously. Boom. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. All right. I'm rocking this one. This one's so cool. I love the claws. I'm like a little kid when, you got a package. Jeffrey, what's up, buddy? David, hello. All right, guys, I'm going to pull up our guest tonight. Midwest Night Watchers, Chiro Sounds, Gerald and Jane, great people, amazing people. The topic tonight is going to be kind of, like raising your vibration, your frequency, which is literally Chiro Sounds, their slogan or whatever you want to say, is raise your vibration. And the work that they do is really, really special. I suggest you check it out, but I'm going to introduce you to them tonight, and we'll go from there. Sass Confessions, good to see you. All right, how do I'm like, I got to relearn everything every day.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Day one. How you doing, guys?
Good.
Good. So, I always say I want to be like you guys when I grow up. You know what I mean? And no, I'm serious. I envy you.
Well,
you got.
Well, someday when we grow up, we'll let you know what it feels like.
I don't want to grow up.
You know what I mean. So how's it going? All right. So obviously we got a little topic at hand, but we can go any which way you want to go. We have no holds bars. We keep it informal. So
We'll just cover a bunch of stuff. We're going to go over vibrations and sounds and healing and meditation. And, there's just all kinds of stuff. It all ties together.
okay, yeah, sounds good to me. Thank you, Cryptid Huntress. Appreciate you. Got some video I'd like to send you. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely, anytime. You know that. Yeah, guys, please click the linky thingy and go check them out. You will not regret it. I know. There it is. Hero Sounds 2. Thank you so much. So
Thank you, Jess.
let's dive into just a quick little summary of what you guys do over at your channels.
Which channel?
I guess we'll cover both, right? But yeah. Either way or both.
All right.
Well, with Midwest Night Watchers, we do have a lot of orb videos, UFO videos. Then last March, we started a live show, which I didn't think we'd ever do. And it's just going crazy, and we're getting all kinds of subs. Everybody's just loving the shows. And what led into that channel, I guess, is the music and the instruments that I've played for many years in the backyard. The girls work second shift, so I just have nights to myself. So I play handpan, tongue drums, Native American flutes, drums, just you name it. And if it was nasty outside or too many mosquitoes, I'd be in the sunroom, all the screens open. Well, that still probably carried off who knows how far in the backyard into the field. So then 2 years ago, I kind of realized I'm just sensing things watching me, hearing strange noises, metallic noises. This summer, I've heard whistles. My first whoop. I think the elementals are just crazy. But even with the orbs, we've got mushrooms popping up all over our backyard this summer. And I'm thinking, this is interesting. And I even told them to stay away from the dog area because they're going to get smashed or her cable's going to mess them up. Well, they're kind of around the dog area, not really going into the dog area now. I go behind the barn. There's all kinds of mushrooms back there. The neighbors don't have them. I'm kind of peeking the neighbors' yards. So yeah, whatever I'm doing this summer is drawing all kinds of activity. And then I've been mentioning on our show about the 528 hertz whistle that I bought. And I know Susie B got one, and it actually has been helping me with my meditation because I can't concentrate. I just kind of, drift off. And it comes with a pretty necklace.
Yeah.
And it's just a little pitch pipe. And so you breathe in with your nose and then you blow out. And it's really been helping my meditation. Well, then I started getting this little screech owl, and you know what those kind of sound like in the woods too, just kind of trilling, in the neighbor's yard. And it happened about 5-6 times this summer. I'm out there going, and it's going, and so, I'm interacting with that. Now, is it a screech owl? I don't know, because Sasquatch mimic them too.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I live in a place where they mimic everything. They don't do like the typical Sasquatch thing, right? Like the stuff you hear about, like screaming, wailing, whatever. They can't. They can't. It's like they would stick out like a sore thumb, but that's what they do. They mimic everything. I've heard them mimic so many different things. So
yeah, I've heard a different coyote sound, and I know it wasn't a normal coyote. It's usually by itself. You hear the pack going crazy and sounds like Indians screaming, and then you hear this one certain howl, and we don't have wolves, and then the coyotes usually calm down. So I'm just always wondering if it's the Sasquatch that's in our area that's telling them to shut up.
Welcome in, guys. Welcome in.
So when you go to Midwest Night Watchers, you go to our live section. Obviously, that's all our interviews that we've been having with everybody. Like you were on there not too long ago, and this weekend, Sunday, we have Steve Stockton to tell Halloween ghost stories, and then on Halloween itself, we have a Halloween special with Neoma Finn. She's going to tell ghost stories.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think I'm going to do my Halloween special a little early. I think tomorrow night I'm going to do like a live stream at outside somewhere tomorrow night, like probably like that Dogman headquarters or whatever, like, so, somewhere where stuff gets crazy and, a little sketchy and scary. So, getting the Halloween spirit.
So you're going to the hood?
No, it's like, I guess. Bad neighborhood, right? koi dogs all around me, but they are very reclusive. Yeah, I've always heard about koi dogs and like koi wolves and stuff, but it's not anything I've experienced. But I'd like to. I'd like to. Roger, hello. Danny, what's up, buddy? Greetings. All right. So, what about the live streams you guys do? Because this is very interesting, right? It has a couple of channels. Okay. All right. I gotta look into that. Arla.
Yeah, it's 13 past midnight and among the missing.
Yeah.
So you guys, yeah. Okay. Thank you. So you guys do live streams, and what do you do? Like you put it. I know you put it out there for hours on end sometimes, which is really cool.
Are you talking about our cameras or our shows?
Yeah, the cameras. That's what I meant. Sorry. Well, either way, but they're both good. Even like when you got it on the goats, I find myself watching for so long. I'm like, look at these things. Look at them go. Like,
Just wait, Mike. We have a camera in the barn now. We just haven't gone live with it yet. And I can talk to them and freak them out. And they're going, where's mom? I just heard mom. Where is she? So yeah, you can get the microphone on and talk to them.
the baby monitor.
Yeah, it's like a baby monitor, right? And now we have one on the bird feeders because in the wintertime we'll have that one running. So then with our 360, yeah, we're catching deer. And that one night, I mean, Gerald, we had what, like 4 rabbits and a possum. You know, a couple deer showed up. And so, yeah, the wildlife is just amazing in our backyard. But we're still having difficulty with the stars themselves. We can see a little bit. But with these cameras, if you point up, they zoom in and they bubble.
Really?
And, you know, and everyone's going, where's all the stars? Well, that's our psionics. I mean, you know what a psionics, you see 80% more stars with the psionics, but we can't get it live on StreamYard. So what they're seeing is these outdoor cameras. You're just mainly seeing the main stars. You're not going to see what my videos show.
Right. Yeah, the psionic. So people are probably asking what the psionics is right now. And it's an MVG. You probably have the black one.
Yeah, we got the black one.
Yeah, this one is, I wouldn't say, not that this is bad. Like the deal I got on this thing was worth getting this one at the time. So, but it's basically NVGs, which is night vision goggles in the military, and but it's a monocular. And what it does is it pulls it. What does it do? It pulls in like a couple of light fragments and kills the ambient, and basically just. Yep. So it becomes it's really amazing. And what it shows in films is basically, in essence, all the UFOs moving through the sky, through the stars that we don't pick up on. Once in a while, if you just look naked eye at the sky, you'll see something buzzing across. But when you're in that, you're in their world almost. And it's really, really amazing. You know, I'm sure you
just like my Big Dipper, you know, the Big Dipper activity. I will upload more videos, or we're going to try to do a documentary and just do that whole 6 weeks. And I've got tons and tons of videos of that. I only saw maybe like 10% with the naked eye going through. You get the psionics. That's what you guys saw on the video, is just tons of them that I'm not seeing with my naked eye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's nuts. Mm-hmm. I highly recommend that. Certain things I would not suggest. Like I have the FLIR 1, which is the thermal, but it's the one that attaches into the cell phone. And while it's an amazing tool, it's only good for close range, and it is really convenient because it saves everything right into your phone. Bing, 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 bing. You know, these days everything's right there. So for me, it's convenient, but it doesn't do much, you know. But the psionics is, I think, by far one of the best things I've ever seen.
Well, we're still trying to figure out how to get it, you know, on our tablet and then share it to StreamYard. That's the difficult. We can't go live with it.
It's really tough. Yeah.
Well, I think there's a workaround with software that I'm looking at, and StreamYard has a way of using a third-party software that allow whatever you see on your tablet to go into StreamYard. So I'm going to try that.
Yeah, there's got to be a way.
Footage live on our screen.
Yeah.
That way we can zoom straight up, because most of our stars, the Milky Way and the Cassiopeia, everything is above us. Like we said, if we point those cameras up, then everything bows, no matter what you do, and then you have it flat, and then it's a dual camera. So it's not going to work for what we actually wanted them to do, looking at stars.
Mhm.
Well, I bought the cameras that have the 180 view, so it actually has two cameras in one, and it splices them together. So when you move it up like that, it starts to become concave because it's not made to be pointed straight up. It's made to be level or pointing down a little bit for like a security camera around a house.
Yeah.
But the 180 field view is nice. I mean, once you get it right, but you can only get so much sky with this one.
Right.
Did you guys just buy a 360 camera too, right?
Yeah, we
those-
haven't got that out yet. We're going to use that for hiking at Insta 360.
Let me
We're
tell
going to
you,
do some squatching with it.
yeah, if you guys start posting 360 videos, you're in a league of your own that nobody else is touching. I mean, I've seen like
Wow.
one guy that does it, and like it's like once in a while. You know what I mean? You guys will literally be on a track that nobody else is on. And when you're
Cool.
viewing that footage of the hike, you're walking straight, filming, and then the viewer can take their phone and just turn it. And you turn it like this, and you know what I mean? If you turn like this,
Right.
now I'm looking to the left of you. If I turn like it's amazing. It's an experience. It's not just like, you know, when I video, you're in a box. That's it. Wherever I aim it is what you get. That's it. It's
Yeah,
really
we're gonna go. We got two state parks real close to us, which is Starved Rock and Matheson.
Yeah.
So we're going to take it to those first, you know, for our maiden voyage, if you want to say. And then after that, we're going to start hitting the woods and the trails that a lot of people don't usually go. So we're gonna play with it, get it down first on the state parks. So we know the parks really well.
Yeah. That's expensive, Great Tall Cloud. Damn. They better get up and walk to you. Can you drive them to the hiking trail? No, they probably are amazing. You're right. Good MVGs are expensive, but the Psionics is decent for what it is. It's really decent. Thank you, Cryptodontrus, for posting. Elena, you got any questions or anything I'm leaving out?
No.
You just want to be quiet like you.
I should set up a camera in my house so I can catch something, but I'm not sure yet.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
The other equipment we got the ATN binoculars, and that's what I've been picking up the orbs with, is because of the IR. So I absolutely love the ATN binoculars. Those are really handy to use also.
What's the ATM stand for?
ATN, what does it stand for, girl?
I don't know. I don't remember. American something.
Okay.
It's a honey. It's basically a scope or a hunting. We bought binoculars, but they sell scopes, the ATN scopes. And
Yeah, we got the binoculars.
They have the heat vision, you know, the heat IR and all that stuff in night vision built into it. And it does the same thing as the Psionics. It'll stream it right to your tablet so you can see what you're seeing live.
And that's when I'm catching orbs and crazy activity in the field with, is the binoculars. Because I don't see that kind of stuff with the Psionics. I don't see bugs or orbs with the Psionics, just amazing stars. So all those videos with the orbs is with an ATM binoculars with the IR.
So this is why I mean, you guys have so many different angles. So, you know, it's great. I mean, it's great. You guys are like, your channel's gonna take off. Like it has to. It has to. All the different things you guys are doing is just mind blowing to me. And that's why I wanted you here. Like, I want to get the word out about you. I know you guys are gonna go hang out with Jessica tomorrow, I think, on SOR, the Cryptid Hunters, right? So you know, I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, like, these are the places that I want people to find. People who are actually like doing things. So I don't know. I appreciate you. I'll tell you that much, because I enjoy it.
If nothing else, you can come to our whether it's Chiro Sounds or Midwest Night Watchers, either one of the channels. Every time we get a piece of equipment, we usually use it not for the purpose it was intended to use. I mean, like I said, we're using 180 security cameras to try to capture the night sky or whatever is going on. You know, most people use it for security that come up to the house. Well, we want to see what's beyond the house.
Yeah, because it has a microphone on it. So, and we leave it running all night. If we go through the footage, who knows what sounds we're hearing when we go to bed.
Yeah, yeah.
They were picking up
Absolutely.
the cow. There was a, I guess she separated the baby down the road because there's a farm about a mile down the road. You can hear that cow on our camera. And I'm thinking, Carol, what is that noise? And I'm getting closer and I go outside and it's a cow that's a mile down the road. I went, these cameras are picking up a lot. So who knows what sounds I'm getting at night. We just need to go through the footage and hear.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's good. That's good audio. Like my
Yeah,
camera,
it is.
this thing has like a zoom mic, so like it's kind of you can put it on 360 or regular standard, but I use the zoom mic so that way if like I hear somewhere, I try to like if there's say a 300 yards off, there's a deer and it's drinking water. You can't hear it where you're standing, but when you zoom in, it somehow picks up what, if you zoom in on that deer's head in the water, it picks that up. You
Right.
can hear it, and it's just, I don't,
Wow.
I don't understand the science behind it and how that happens, but it's just mind blowing what they could do with this audio these days.
Yeah.
Now you can take a regular cheap mic and take like a Glad or a Tupperware bowl and mount it in the center. Just cut a
Right.
hole in the back of it and put your mic in there, and you got a parabolic mic, and you'll pick up all kinds of sounds. You'd be surprised.
Right. Yes, I totally agree. Yeah. The parabolic mics are just outrageous prices. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know. I guess they're built the way, they're built a certain way, but you could absolutely just put a mic in there and, build a little pistol grip for it or something.
So
That's
back
great.
to frequencies and vibrations. If you go to Jane's site, on Chiro Sounds, if you watch some of her videos, she's outside playing her bowl or handpan and stuff, and you
Yeah.
can actually hear the bugs and the locusts or the cicadas.
Cicadas.
The cicadas were actually staying in tune with her. If she would raise that vibration, they would raise their sound and their vibration. If she got real quiet, they started calming down and going quiet. So I mean, vibrations and frequencies out in nature, I mean, they respond to it.
Yeah. Like I always joke, but like there's this scene in like The Wolf of Wall Street, and it's like it's my favorite part. And like
Where he
he's like,
beats his chest.
Yeah.
yeah, and like I do it to her all the time. So anyway, it's like in essence, like he's getting in the zone. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Well, I
so
mean, it's just like everything else, even in meditation. If you do a chant or a mantra, you're getting your body and your soul and everything in alignment with your frequency and vibration. I mean, it's the same out in nature. People say what a calming effect to go out in nature. Well, it's the sounds. It's the it's all, you're grounding yourself to Mother Nature and the earth and the experience around you. I mean, that's when you start experiencing stuff, is when you start becoming one with the environment you're in.
I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. That's why, I mean, it's so important that we touch on this stuff. It really is. I say all the time, like I try and create the same vibration and frequency every time so that I can be reached. You know what I mean? Like, it's not necessarily that I'm going to be able to like, tune in and find the vibrations, different things. But if I go in steady and do the same thing, then they know what channel to tune in when I get there. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
yeah, it's
And
almost
we're
like
all on a different channel. We're all different. And one of the questions that I get so much is, oh, do you do CE5? And I'm going, I relate that to Stephen Greer. What I'm doing in the backyard is probably CE5, but I call it my own. We all have to do our own individual meditation because we're all on a different level of frequency and vibration. I just go in the backyard. I close my eyes. My intentions are, I just say, I love you. I just want to be curious. I want to learn more. I mean you no harm. It's my intention called up. So that's when the UFOs do, not close, but they're way up there like stars. They show up and power up. I'm hearing weird sounds in the neighborhood. You can do it yourself. You don't have to go to a group and pay thousands of dollars for CE5. Just do it yourself and just make it your own. You are your own channel.
Right. CE5 is packaging and
It's a name.
it's package and sale, right? It's what everybody does, but it's being packaged and sold for a price, right?
Right.
And
Just do
it's
your
what
own meditation.
it's right, and that's what that's what I always insist, right? Like, is
Mhm.
do it your way and do it with your intent and get your piece of the puzzle, right? Like, don't. That's why I'm always like so careful about how much I impose or how much I talk to somebody about like my, what I would suggest. Like,
Mhm.
I would rather them experience and then come back, experience and then come back, and then we'll talk about, kind of let them talk about it and go through it and like figure out their way. And then,
Right.
if there's any red flags or dangers, like, okay, well, hang on, like, let me just tell you what happened to me when I did that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
but
There's no right way or wrong way.
yeah, no,
Everybody just has to experiment with their own and find something that they, enjoy, or they can just kind of feel themselves.
yeah.
Just experiment with a bunch of different things. You don't have to buy expensive equipment. A lot of this stuff that I've got is dirt cheap.
Exactly. Tools are nice sometimes, like, especially when you need to prove things to people. When you feel the need to prove things to people, tools are great, right? Like, because they collect data, and data is, the key to a researcher's, success, because they need to show people things, right? Look what I did, right? Right? But if you just enjoy it and love it and don't, gives it, like, I don't care what the next person thinks. If they're in, cool. If you're interested, cool. If not, no big deal. There's somebody for everybody, and I'm not going to be for everybody, right?
Right.
But the music thing, like, it's not, like you said before, it's not music necessarily. It's the frequency and the vibration. And I started bringing a drum out there, and
Mhm.
I did it on the waterfall. I went out to Cattersfield Falls. I sat at the edge of that waterfall. I was out there before the sun came up. I wanted to experience those different phases, and I always do it. But I brought somebody with me who he hadn't experienced that place yet, which I was amazed. And he was great. He met me at like 4:30 in the morning. Like, he did everything we needed to do to have the best experience. But being out there on that edge of that waterfall, like, and it had rained all day the day before, so it was so powerful. And like, you just look at it and you're like, wow, like, and I just kind of like was just drumming and like just channeling everything, just over the ledge, looking out on, like, I forget how many. I took a picture of the sign. I forget how many hundreds of thousands of acres are out there, but it's a stupid amount. Yeah, it's really amazing.
Yeah, with
Really
any
amazing.
drum, you just do a basic beat. You don't have to be
Oh,
fancy with it. Just beat
I'm
it the
no
way
use.
you want to, and it does something to yourself. Plus, I think they do draw in. I hear
Well,
so
like,
many stories of the Sasquatch loving drums.
yeah, this is the one I use. It's cheap. Like, I got it on
Hmm.
Amazon, but you know what I mean? And like, it's nothing fancy, right? You don't have to, and I'm not a musician, but like, you're putting yourself into it, right? Like, that's what,
Right.
like, you put yourself into music. It's an artistic thing, you know what I mean? Like, you're expressing yourself through it. And like,
Well, it's just like we've talked about before. They can feel your intentions. They know your intentions because you're putting that out there. So if you are putting down a beat, just like the Native Americans, they always have that bass drum or that beat, and you can just feel it, how it affects your body and how things are going. And if you are immersed in what you're doing, if you're getting in a groove or whatever, making that beat, that rhythm, and your body starts reacting to that, well, your body's starting to put out that frequency and that vibe also. So it's traveling out there. And we all know that animals and everything listen to all kinds of sounds and vibrations, because you watch videos all the time where a guy's out there playing a song on a violin and all of a sudden these animals start coming in, or somebody's on a Native American flute and animals
Hmm.
start coming in.
And I should say, I do make sure that, when my intentions are sent out there, I make sure there is no malevolent, no evil, no darkness and allowed to even come close to my property. Even the things that are showing up in the sky, I make sure, the only thing that shows up, I want positive and benevolent and friends, and if they're family or whatever they are. But I do make sure that I just don't call anything in. You know, I make sure that they are friendly and make sure your property is protected.
Mm.
Just
So,
through prayer, through thought.
let me drag you in on this, Elena, because you have these things around that some people would call demonic or evil or negative, right? Like, well, how do you feel about it? Shadow people that are all over your
I'm
house.
not bothered by them. I'm really not bothered by them. The first time I saw them, maybe a little bit freaked out, but I'm so used to it now. They
Why?
haven't
But
done
that's what I'm
anything.
saying. Like, we're talking about like intent and like how, you know what I mean? Like, so like basically like,
I don't get a bad vibe from them.
Right. Same with us. When we had activity behind me in this room, you know, people were saying, well, have you had, you know, bad activity or is your house haunted? We didn't feel bad when those woo feathers or whatever was going on behind us in this room. I didn't feel that it was negative.
yeah.
No, even I see orbs. Well, I haven't for a while, but you know, when I do, I'm not freaked out by them. Just like, oh, okay, so that happened.
Well, I have a little bit of a theory that like if you go out there with the fear and the monster in your head, that's what you're gonna get. And if you're
Yes.
going out looking for Sasquatch and then you go out with a fear and a negative energy and like you become prey for something else, and guess what that thing is
Mm-hmm.
gonna pose as? Sasquatch, right?
Yeah.
Or if you go and you have this whatever, right? Because there are shapeshifters and also I don't even like to speak their names, but you get my drift, right? Like whatever you
Mm-hmm.
Right.
feed, and there's always this like it's as old as time, right? There's two wolves, you know, the negative one and the good one, and whatever you feed is what you get, right? It's just literally sometimes that simple. So I see it with her because she has these things like that. Some people would be scared crapless of, right? Like whatever. Or like go crazy and like call in like people to like bless the house and all this, and like it's just like she's just like whatever, like they just hang out, and it's
I'm
just
not.
amazing to me. It's all perception sometimes. If there's nothing there, there's nothing there, and
Right.
sometimes you can create more than it exists.
Well,
My
just take
son's been through quite
Barney
a
and
few things, though.
Betty Hill. I mean, just take that experiment. She was excited, wanted to see it, a UFO or have an experience, and he was afraid and thought of the bad stuff. Well, guess what kind of experience he had? He had a bad experience where when she told her story, she had a great experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you can be standing five people. I threw this all the time. Five people standing in a row, and a Sasquatch throws a rock at and it lands in front of them. They all saw the same thing, but they all will have a different story
Mm-hmm.
because of perception. So Timmy says they tried to kill me. Joe says, well, that was funny. John says, well, I threw it back. You know what I mean? Like they all do something different. You see what I'm saying? Like, so like it's just interesting to me. I always like to like I'm always dissecting that kind of stuff.
Have you ever had a rock thrown at you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, okay.
Oh yeah.
No, I haven't had a rock thrown at me, but I
I wouldn't
found
say
all kinds of them in the field behind my barn. I thought they were gifting me with a bunch of rocks this summer.
I wouldn't say they throw it at me necessarily. Like it's like, but that's how I perceive it, I guess, right? So like, I
Well,
mean, I
we
know
have
damn well if they wanted to bank it off the side of my head, that's where it would have landed. So like, was it an attack? No, no, not in my opinion, right? But you might get somebody that goes on this tyrant for days about, or years or forever and never goes back in the woods because of this phantom rock that came flying in.
Phantom rock.
I'm not gonna
Or an
tell you the
acorn
monsters.
flying at you.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know. I have a different tolerance too, I guess, because like I just like fight through everything, and like I compartmentalize and then like move forward. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's just part of my mission, I guess.
I think
Um,
all the Sasquatch, elementals, cryptids, with their abilities, they can read us. They know your heart. They know your personality. They know if you're gentle. They know if you got fear. And if you got fear and stuff, all they got to do is hide behind a tree and break a stick on purpose and watch the humans run away and laugh, because they know that they're fearful. You know, because they fight, you know, they're tricksters, and you know, they know if you got a gun, they know you got a gun beforehand
Oh, for
and
sure.
what
Yeah.
your intentions are.
Yeah. And then people wonder why they had a bad experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, walk in my house with a gun, see what happens. Vic, thank you so much. Vic, thank you so much for being here, brother. We love you. Thank you. And thank you for the hoodies again. You know, I really,
Yeah, they're awesome.
yeah,
Good night, Vic.
he's such a stand-up guy. Like, there's just so much, whatever. I'm
Yeah,
not going to go that route. Thank you, Vic, for being you. Thank you, bro. Mogs, what's up, buddy?
Yeah,
Speaking of
Moggs is in the chat.
Yeah, Moggs.
so
Hey,
many
Moggs.
so many great people here. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Tolerating me and hanging out with them. Well, how the hell do I do that? Having no fear, standing in the mountains in the dark. It is not. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying you won't have fear at all, because of course you're gonna have fear, right? You can't. I always say it feels like you're in a fish tank, and you know, like when you're in your house and like you got a fish tank and it's the house is dark but the fish tank light is on. Like, that's what I feel like I'm in when I'm on a mountain in the dark, and it is not easy not to be scared, but you know, I ease into it. And that's why I remember I was like, I was telling everyone, I'm like, I'm practicing, right? I worked my way up to it. I didn't just start out on the mountain in the middle of nowhere. I worked my way up to it. I started in campsites. I started with somebody else. Then and then I went by myself. And then I did multiple nights. Then I stayed out in storms alone in the middle of nowhere. And you know what I mean? I worked my way up to that.
Right.
I worked my way up to that. It was like building muscle memory and building positive experiences that were very, very similar to the one I was doing. So it kind of became, a mindless act. Now, of course, like it's not an easy thing to push those things out of your head, but
Yeah.
it can. If you're scared, don't show it. That's all I'll say. Try not to, at least. Today at the creek, something hooted at us. So, I don't even think I have that emoji.
The sounds that you make.
Like balls. Oh wait, I was trying to read that. He needs his bust up. Ninja Dave, what's up, brother?
Ooh.
I wave at them when I see a female. Gray smiled at me. Oh, female gray? Yeah, really? Yeah, Sherry's got some good stuff going on at her house. Well, she's just one of them people that sees everything. You know what I mean? Sees things for the way they are. Dude, loads of people have cryptid thing, don't they? Oh, love the cryptid thing? Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Some people, I don't know if everyone loves it. Some people don't. I'm not a fan of grays, even though the name is cool.
Cute.
Some people actually don't care for the cryptids, but they're in it because they're totally scared, or they had an experience, or they're just super curious. Like,
Or they like the thrill.
even Kerry Arnold, right? Like, he had a Bigfoot encounter, and then like he sat with all these people and talked about Bigfoot all day, but for the longest time he just had no urge to ever like. It's like, I don't want to go. He was an avid hunter, and he's like, I don't want to go. No, like I don't want to look at him. I don't want to know. You know what I mean? And on a personal scale, he didn't want to be involved with it, but he wanted to help others like work through their crap. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that's the case too. But Vic was just here. He doesn't like dog men, but yeah, he talks about it all day with people, right? You know what I mean? He'll say the word. Actually, I probably hate dog men because of what they do to people, but he helps people all day with it. You know what I mean? So,
well, everybody reacts different. I mean, you have an experience and you either are frightful of it or you want to learn more about it. I mean,
I'm curious.
A lot of people that have had experiences or say, I don't know what it was. I have no idea. And then they start diving into the subject and finding people to talk about experiences and all that. And that's how they go that route. And other people, it's like, well, I want to know what that is. I want to be able to study that, to know. So they go out searching for it. That's how you go out in the field and become involved in all this stuff. I mean, some people will stay at home and research it. Some people will go out in the field. I mean, it's just whatever experience you have, whether it's good or bad, will drive you one way or another.
You'll hear some people say, oh, I'm not scared of ghosts. I'll go ghost hunting all the time. They say, oh, heck no, there's no way I would hunt a cryptid. You guys are crazy. Then you got the cryptid side saying, oh, there's no way I'd go into a haunted house. So then you got some that love everything.
They probably live in a haunted house and don't even know it.
I'll be all right in a haunted house.
You could be right. Maybe I might say something different, but you could be right. 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Breeze! I'm not a fan of the program with our scientists that used to go on. Probably still does. Not saying all are bad, but I know what you're talking about. You know me. I'm not going to bring that up here because they'll just turn the shit off. But I know what you're talking about. Good way to look at it. Appreciate that. Got exactly what you're saying, brother. Okay, good. Sometimes I feel, I'm glad I get my point across. So sometimes I try and then I just get on I get all flaky. Sherry, me too. Bob, good to see you, brother. Breathe. So anyway, I wish I could pull up, if I knew how to pull up videos and stuff for you, because you have such amazing music on your channel. It's
Thank you.
Yeah, the one you put up recently is the one that resonated with me. I don't know why, but when you were just hitting that thing, it was I don't know, I got lost in it. What's it called?
It's called a hand pan.
Okay.
And it's only been around for about 22, 23 years. And there's a person that went to, there's a steel drum behind Girl. You can see the round drum next to the guitar. I have a Caribbean steel drum. So this guy went to one of those steel drum makers and said, instead of the bowl, having a bowl and having the notes on the inside, can you put two shells together and have the notes on top so I can hit it with my hands? And the guy messed around and came up with it, and it became a hand pan. And now there's makers all over the whole world that's making them. And you got to be careful buying them just on Amazon or eBay, because if it goes out of tune, what are you going to do? You're either stuck with a nasty one, or you go to a professional hand pan maker. They're not going to tune it for you because that's manufactured. It didn't come from a professional.
Yeah.
And now they're making more notes and higher notes, and they're not cheap at all. The one that I really want is about $3,000 to $4,000, and that's just going to be a dream of mine. Because that has all kinds of notes on it.
Yeah, if you want it to play the right notes, right? I guess so, because you can't just turn it. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, the more notes, the more expensive. Yeah.
It looks so simple, but it's not. You know what I mean?
No, it's not.
It's very in depth. Yeah, I misidentified animals. No, I'm sorry. No, sorry. No.
Misidentified animals?
No.
That sounds like you're going down the road guessing the roadkill and see what it was.
Gotta get out of the house, buddy.
I'm trying to identify it.
I noticed them at the cabin at first. Thought they'd be at our home too, and sure they are. Yeah, absolutely, sure. Absolutely. Yes, totally agree.
Yeah, because they're kind of called steel drums, but some of the professional handpan players don't like them called steel drums, but they are made out of steel, and they are similar to the Caribbean drum. They're just two shells put together and glued, and the notes are on top instead of inside the bowl, just like the Caribbean drums or Jamaican or whatever those things are.
But you made a good point earlier, when we were backstage. You were like, you could probably put on these, what were they, like Christmas bells or something. You know what I mean? You're like, you could probably put these around your ankles and walk up the mountain, and it would get attention.
These are actual Indian bells. These are what the
Yeah, they
Indians
do
use
actually
for
go
like
around
rain
dancing.
dance.
Right,
So they're Indian bells,
right,
and
right.
you put them on your ankles. And I was doing that out in the summer, and who knows, because they sound like Christmas bells, but I got these on Amazon. They were they're Indian bells for your ankles, and they're cheap.
Oh, they're made for your ankles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
Yes.
maybe.
wrap them around your
Yeah.
ankles for like a rain dance. When the
Right,
Indians do a rain dance, they
Yeah.
got the bells on their ankles.
right. Yeah, there was just a powwow out at the Shinnecock tribe, whatever reservation. Sorry, sounded insensitive, but yeah, they have like it's interesting because they do like the traditional music like that. They do the traditional dances, and then they have some of the younger native guys who have like bands, and they like, but they're still playing, you know, in their native tongue and all that, and it's really interesting to see, and I want to try and get one of the guys, on that plays in the band. I want to try to get him on one day, but
Well, they say bells scare off negative activity and negative entities. Bells do. They don't like bells. That's probably one reason why the Native Americans, when they do rain dance and stuff like that, they always like to use bells and bells and drums and rattles,
I guess I go.
ankle bells.
We all can
And you
play
just
it.
hop around the house.
I guess technically we all can play every instrument. So how good can we play it, right? Like, can we make it? Can we make it? Other people pleased by it? Probably not.
Well, like I said before, even if you just take a drum out there or a tambourine or whatever, you just do a basic beat. Just keep that beat going, and you immerse yourself into that sound and into that rhythm. Then you're going to put that vibration and that frequency out there, and that's what whether it's cryptids or just animals, they pay attention to that and they notice that.
Absolutely.
They can feel the vibration off the drum. And there's a difference with me playing my keyboard or me going upstairs and playing a real piano. When I play that real piano, it's actually hitting strings inside that piano, right? My dog goes over and just kind of sits up against the bottom of the piano because she can feel that vibration come out. But a keyboard, you don't feel that. An electric keyboard.
Right.
So the piano actually, you can feel the vibrations. Just like when I played guitar years ago, which I still do somewhat, you can feel that vibration hit your body because it's on your lap and it's up against your stomach.
Very true. I know, and Gray talking about. I know what you're talking about now. It just clicked. It was like, I believe the guy was native. I don't know where he was from, but he was like belting out like it was like deep like tones. He was just making like sounds. It was music, I guess, but it was more like sounds, like, and these like, some people said it was deer, like it wasn't no damn deer came out, but something came out behind him, and like you said, he didn't see it till later. But I mean, he's like videoing himself, and behind, in the background behind him, you see something like kind of like shape shifting through the trees. It was bugged out. Yes, he did sound like an oboe. That's better. There you go.
An oboe.
Auto harp. Nice.
So the deeper the sound or more bassy, more booming, it just has an effect. I mean, it's almost like a percussion, like that's what they call it, percussion instrument. But it sends out that wave. Yeah, I'll be there if bells on.
See, Duke. Bells on what?
Yeah, that's probably one reason why people like bells on the doors, because the tradition is evil spirits do not like bells.
That's what I was telling you about. Oh, the throat sound.
Just think about being Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, Mike, you were on the show that night, right? When I was talking about that?
I don't know. I black out when I'm a guest. I don't know.
Well, I was talking about the 528 necklace whistle that I got on Amazon, and please don't pay the $70 one, get the $39 one that comes with a beautiful bracelet.
Okay.
But then I was explaining that I've got a violin pitch pipe that has 4 different notes. So I was outside doing, okay, hold on. So there's 4 different ones. It's like $7, $8, very cheap. So then I experimented. Choir teachers do this. There's a whole octave. It goes A to A, this one. And so I get it in the mail. I'm in the backyard. I'm
let me
just
just
goofing
address
around.
this guy real quick. Like, no, I
Okay.
don't know if anybody timed you out, but you've been being a jerk the whole day. So, like, I just stop. Like, grow up. And pansy. Thank you. Can we go back?
Yes. So my next door neighbor to the left, she don't live there. So to the right is elderly couple. Well, they're never outside or anything. And this, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, just late at night, I'm just goofing around with this.
That thing is nice. Like, they have. Is that the one I was talking to you about? That they have like the native ones with that are like different instruments, like the different animals and stuff.
Yeah. There's just all kinds of different strange, I guess, sound instruments. But this mainly is, I've got a guitar tuner. I got the violin. The 4 is the violin tuner, and then the necklace is it's by itself. And then I came across, this it's A to A, so it's octave to octave. So I'm in the backyard. I'm doing 2 of them at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Which sounds really creepy. So I'm just kind of giggling. And so then I'm starting to talk in this thing and say hello. And you can hear me say hello.
Yeah.
So then the next night, I'm sitting in the backyard. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and the dog just got done going potty. I send her in. So I'm out there doing my thing. I'm just closing my eyes and just listening to the whole neighborhood. I just love listening to the sounds. Pitch quiet. About 30, 40 feet over from me, where I parked my farm truck in our second driveway, there's some pine trees and stuff over there. I hear this hello. That sounded just like that. It did spook me. It did scare me. I'm thinking, this is 1 o'clock in the morning. Just sound like a robot saying hello to me. I go inside, probably look white as a ghost. Carol's saying, what's the matter? And I said, did you just say something? And he goes, no. And so then it's about bedtime anyway. I go to bed and I get like a thought in my mind, like we all do, that it said, well, that's what you were saying the night before. And it dawned on me like, oh my gosh, I sounded just like that the night before. Did they record me or did they mimic me? One or the two, but it did sound exactly like what I was saying, hello, in this little instrument. So they're trying to communicate with me, but it spooked me. So I went out the next night and I apologized. And I'm sorry I went inside. You guys scared me. Please warn me next time. I'd rather hear a whoop. The whoop that I heard, that whoop was on the far side of that field. That's pretty far. Now, 30, 40 feet, that's a little close. But yeah, when 1 o'clock in the morning, pitch dark, nobody's walking the streets. And then you hear this, hello. Yes, it spooked me.
Yeah.
But yeah, this little thing, I think this like $12, $15, something like that. Well, if it's drawing in activity, as long as you make sure it's benevolent, yeah, these little instruments are working.
That's what I was getting at. Like, there's like little wood ones that just have like 2 or 3 little like spots where you blow in, and it makes a couple of tones. But like, you can get them for dirt cheap. Like, I forget where I see them when I'm like, it's killing me because I'm drawing a brain for it. And guys, I know a couple of you are asking her to play some stuff, but we're not gonna put her on the spot on live.
Well, also the mic's on the tablets. Now, if I record a video just on my tablet, like you see on my channel, it's clear as a bell. We have tried singing bowls. I've been on other shows, trying the singing bowls. It cuts out because it's too loud. So you're not going to be able to hear. And so I don't know if it's in the settings or what, but if I do a singing bowl or anything, it starts cutting out. Gerald tried a gong one night. You heard at the beginning, but then it makes the mic cut out.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because it's almost like you're going too like loud, and then like too like the like the tones carry. So like that's probably what it is. Your tones carry.
I got 3 back here.
Yeah.
Now, can you hear that? See?
Yeah, but it's not. It's probably not like it is in person. Yeah.
It's
No.
cutting out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the singing bowl's cut out. So I'm
Yeah.
not sure if it's in the settings or what, but yeah, if you want to see, I've
I
got
watched.
tons,
I
like
watched you
4
hit
years
3 of
worth of
them.
videos.
Yeah, I watched you hit 3 of them, and it sounded like you hit 1.
Yeah, it's just the microphone.
Let me read this one back. Hang on. Sound is energy. Energy through sound creates carbon matter from nothing at all. The basic building blocks of atomic matter. Science discovered recently. I'd have to read that 7 times to make it comprehend. But
Well,
sounds good.
just think of this, Mike. You were in the military, and like say the Navy, they work on sonar and radar, underwater, and how far that travels, and they studied porpoises and dolphins on how they make their clicks, and it travels forever. Well, our human body has 60% water. An average adult is 60% water. So imagine what frequency and sound does to your body. I mean, there's a healing aspect. We're disconnected with it. I mean, it's just something soothing to it. I mean, just like we talked to one day on I think it was Mog's channel or somebody else's, about when you hear a song back from your teenage years or high school or college days, and all of a sudden you're right back there in that moment. You can almost smell and see and feel everything that was going on around you.
Yes.
Just in that song.
Yes. Couldn't agree more. Absolutely. I could feel vibrations from a rattle next to me, but nothing was visible. It startled me because it was right next to me. Wow. Oh. You're correct. Look at what sound to ice or snowflakes. Oh, what sound does to ice or snowflakes. Ugly noise like hate. Words will distort flakes, and loving sound makes beautiful chakras. Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Well, and speaking of chakras, nobody may know this, but I used to be a vibrational sound therapist, but I was doing massage therapy with singing bowls. Now, some people just have singing bowls around them and you just kind of hit them. But with the chakras, the notes are the root chakra is C, it's a low C. And then the next one is D, E, and then the heart is F, G, A, B, and then I also did the high C for the overall. So it's C to C for that is the notes. If you have a real piano, you can do the same thing. You don't need singing bowls or anything. Hit that low C, concentrate, close your eyes. You'll feel it from those strings. Go C, and then the next note and the next note. So it's C to C is your chakras. So not everybody really knows that. So they kind of go by hertz, but the hertz it's the notes. So if anybody knows notes, that's the notes for the chakras.
I'm learning. That's why I knew if I kind of, obviously we go whichever way everything goes, right? Like we don't like put it in a box, but I put the title up there because I knew like, you would be blowing minds with some of this stuff. And it's something that I feel is so important for us to touch on. You know what I mean? Like it really is. I didn't know how important it was. I never knew. Elena, what were you going to say right before that?
Oh no, who said it about the snowflakes? Who was it that said that?
Oh, great talk.
I saw an experiment like that on YouTube years ago.
Yeah.
And it's true. Basically,
That's really amazing. Well, I think they do it with plants too and stuff like that. Like people who like talk shit to plants, like you know what I mean. Like if you're like a negative Nancy to your plant, like it's gonna be like, But like then there's people who are like kind to it, and like it's crazy, But it's true. Like it's true.
Have you ever seen the videos where they put the sand or the molecular material on an iron plate and they hook up the electrodes to it and they put vibrations through the iron plate? And if you do the 432 frequency, it'll make a beautiful, almost like a fractal design on there. But if you go to the negative side of those frequencies, then you get all kinds of garbage and ugly looking designs on there. So there is a negative and a positive side to even frequencies. And I remember my dad had kidney stones back in, probably been the early 80s. Well, when he went to the hospital, they submerged him in a salt bath of water, and they projected vibrations or sounds through the water, and it broke up the kidney stones so he could pass them. But it didn't harm any other organs in his body. It just broke up those stones, the vibration. And that's just traveling through water.
Infinite Reality was singing bowls they were singing bowls.
There's singing bowls behind me. Unless she was talking about this little instrument, which is the 528 hertz whistle or necklace or something like that I got on Amazon.
Handpan. No, it's all right. She might be way behind. Her internet's shot. She's like all the way in Australia, I think. So it's like I'm surprised you made it in. That's a win in itself. Fine. It's all right. All right. He's done. Fine.
Fine.
So I figure we'll kind of wrap up here if you guys are cool with it.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of we could probably go all night and talk about stuff, but we'll definitely I think have you back another time. And I know you're gonna be on Spaced Out Radio right tomorrow with Cryptid Huntress.
Yeah, tomorrow night we're going to talk about. I usually go down rabbit holes when I'm searching stuff, and the last time we showed a flat Earth map where it had different islands outside the flat Earth or the ice wall, which had Venus and Neptune and Atlantis and all these other things. And so we got into that subject. Well, I found another map that has weird creatures and stuff on it, and it's like from the 1280, I believe they put the estimate of the timeline on this map, and it has all kinds of mythical and weird creatures. So we're going to talk about that.
Okay, that sounds awesome. I'll be there. Jane's channel. Can somebody drop the link?
It's
their links,
Chiro Sounds.
Yeah, Chiro Sounds. It's like CHI, like Chi-Town, and like
CHIRHO.
Yeah, RHO.
I see Moggs said he got his stickers.
Yeah, I see that. CHI-RHO Sounds.
Thank you for being here, Super Saiyan. Michelle, you too. Thank you. Chiro Sounds and then Midwest Night Watchers. Thank you guys for everything in chat. It was a great show. I know we kind of bum rushed through there, but thank you for the support, all the nice comments, feedback.
Maybe Moggs can find it and throw the link up, or Danny.
Well, it's in there. It's in there somewhere anyway. So.
Scroll back. Somebody was. I think Jessica was posting
it a lot.
It's such a pain in the ass when I'm on StreamYard. Now I'm like streaming to 2 different spots too right now, and like it's a pain. Like I don't usually do it this way, but like anyway, when I have to like go out of YouTube and like go and get something and then come back and like it's just so annoying. Hero, thank you. I don't know if it'll show up, but thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, no, thank you guys for being here. Yeah, scroll up. Let's just do that. How about that? I'm just giving everyone a chance to say goodbye. Thank you, Danny. Smoke show. It's all right, Hero. Thank you for trying.
We're all learning secret knowledge. There's so much secrets out there and so much hidden from us. It's fun going down these rabbit holes.
Good night, forest friend. Judy! Thank you.
Hi, Judy. Judy.
Ninja Dave, good to see you, bro. Thank you. I'm glad you made it, by the way.
Yeah, so we'll probably be doing more segments on Chiro Sounds coming up on frequencies and vibrations and actual demonstrations of the singing bowls and the vibrations and stuff. So stay tuned for that. I mean, not only will Midwest Night Watchers have more outside videos coming up, but also our live interviews of more guests.
Yeah, we're trying, eventually we're gonna have some of those outdoor cameras on a separate channel and it's gonna just run 24/7. You can just go and hang out and watch the goats or chickens or whatever you want.
Hopefully
And
the night
then we'll
sky.
pop on with our live shows. Thank you, Danny.
Yes, thank you, Dan. Infinite reality. I'm gonna have to catch up with you later on some of these questions.
Questions in advance.
They're they're rolling in already. Yeah, it's all right. She's behind. That's why she's when you're talking about the piano. That's where she's at.
Okay.
Yeah, it's her. her well, it's Grandma. Good to see you. Thank you for being here, guys. All right. If anybody can, she's not where I am now. So anyway, thank you all for being here. We're out.
All right.
Thank you,
Love and peace,
everyone.
everybody.
It was
Thank
good
you.
seeing you guys.
Elena, thank you. See you
Thank
guys
you.
soon. All right.